Welcome to my channel. Listen carefully. Because discipline is the one thing that can completely change your life. In this video, we will explore how to build habits that actually last, and how small daily actions can create long-term success, confidence, and control over your life. So stay focused, take your time, and let these words guide you toward a more disciplined and powerful version of yourself. Discipline changes everything. You will learn how to build habits that last, stay consistent, and create a better future. You will discover why discipline is stronger than motivation and how small daily actions lead to big results. Have you ever looked at successful people and wondered what they have that you don't? They are not always the smartest. They are not always the luckiest. They are not always from perfect backgrounds. But still, they move forward, slowly, steadily, strongly. Now understand this clearly. There is one skill that silently changes everything in life. That skill is discipline. Think about this. Two people can have the same dream. One works only when he feels motivated. The other works even when he feels tired, lazy, or distracted. After some time, their lives become completely different. So the real difference is not talent. The real difference is discipline. Let me explain it simply. Discipline means doing what is important, even when you don't feel like doing it. It means choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. Now understand this clearly. Your life is not shaped by what you do sometimes. Your life is shaped by what you do every day. Think about this. A small habit done daily becomes powerful over time. A person who studies, practices, or improves a little every day will always grow faster than someone who depends on sudden motivation. Let's connect this with your English learning. If you practice English speaking for just 10 minutes every day, your brain slowly becomes comfortable with the language. You start thinking in English. You start speaking without fear. But if you only study sometimes, your progress stays slow and unclear. Now imagine two learners. One studies only when he feels like it. The other studies every single day, even for a short time. After a few months, the second learner becomes more confident and fluent. So remember this simple truth. Discipline builds progress. Now understand this clearly. Discipline is not about pressure. Discipline is about control. Control over your time. Control over your habits. Control over your actions. Think about this. Most people lose in life not because they are weak, but because they cannot control their daily habits. They delay important work. They give in to distractions. They stop too early. But disciplined people do something different. They stay consistent, even when it is hard, even when it is boring, even when no one is watching. And this is very important. Discipline is built in small moments, but disciplined people do something different. They stay consistent, even when it is hard, even when it is boring, even when no one is watching. And this is very important. Discipline is built in small moments. You improve slowly every day. Your confidence grows. Your life becomes stable. But without discipline, life becomes random. Some days are productive, some days are wasted. And slowly, nothing really changes. So the real question is not what do I want to achieve? The real question is, can I do what is needed every day? Now understand this clearly. Discipline is the one skill that changes everything because it turns your dreams into action. Why discipline is the foundation of success. Have you ever wondered why some people succeed slowly but surely, while others keep starting and stopping again and again? At first, it may look like talent or luck, but if you look closely, you will see something more important. Now understand this clearly. Success is not built on big moments. Success is built on daily discipline. Think about this. A person who works only when he feels motivated will always have an unstable life. But a person who works with discipline every day will slowly build a strong life. So the real foundation of success is not excitement, it is discipline. Let me explain it simply. Discipline means doing what you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It means choosing effort over laziness. It means choosing progress over comfort. Now understand this clearly. Motivation starts your journey, but discipline continues it. Think about this. Many people feel motivated at the beginning of a new goal. They feel excited. They make plans. But after a few days, the motivation disappears, and they stop. This is why most people never reach their goals. Let me share a simple idea. A building is not strong because of its paint or design. It is strong because of its foundation. Discipline is that foundation in your life. Now let's connect this with your English learning. If you practice English only when you feel like it, your progress will be slow. But if you practice a little every day, even without motivation, your skills will grow naturally over time. Now imagine two learners. One depends on motivation. The other depends on discipline. After some months, the disciplined learner becomes more confident, fluent, and stable in speaking. So remember this simple truth. Discipline creates long-term success. Now understand this clearly. Discipline is not about doing big things. It is about doing small things regularly. Think about this. Reading one page every day is more powerful than reading a full book once and stopping. Practicing 10 minutes daily is more powerful than studying for hours once a month. And this is very important. Discipline builds trust in yourself. When you do what you say you will do, you start trusting yourself more. And that self-trust becomes confidence. Now imagine your life with strong discipline. You wake up and follow your routine. You focus on your goals. You avoid distractions. You improve a little every day. Slowly, your life becomes stable and successful. But without discipline, life becomes unpredictable. You start things but don't finish them. You feel motivated sometimes, but lost most of the time. So the real question is not what do I want to achieve? The real question is can I stay consistent every day? Now understand this clearly. Discipline is the foundation of success because it turns actions into habits and habits into results. And when your habits are strong, your future becomes strong. Discipline is better than motivation. Have you ever felt very excited to start something new, but after a few days, you lose interest? One day you feel powerful. You say, I will change my life. You start studying, working, or learning something new. But after some time, that energy disappears. Now understand this clearly. That energy is motivation. Think about this. Motivation is like a wave. It comes suddenly, rises fast, and then disappears just as fast. So if you depend only on motivation, your progress will also rise and fall. Nothing becomes stable. Now understand this clearly. Discipline is more powerful than motivation because discipline continues even when motivation is gone. Discipline means doing the right thing again and again, even when you feel tired, lazy, or distracted. It means showing up every day, no matter how you feel. Think about this. Two people want to learn English. One studies only when he feels motivated. The other studies a little every day, even when he does not feel like it. After some time, the second person becomes more confident, more fluent, and more stable. The first person keeps starting and stopping. So remember this simple truth. Motivation starts actions, but discipline finishes results. Now understand this clearly. Motivation depends on feelings, but discipline depends on decisions. So remember this simple truth. Discipline creates consistency. Now understand this clearly. Success is not about how motivated you feel. It is about what you do when you are not motivated. Think about this. Anyone can work when they feel excited. But real growth happens when you work even when you don't feel like it. And this is very important. Discipline builds self-trust. Every time you do what you planned, you become stronger inside. You start believing in yourself more. Now imagine your life if you stop depending on motivation. You follow a simple routine. You practice a little every day. You improve step by step. Slowly, your confidence grows and your results become real. But if you depend only on motivation, your life will feel unstable. Some days are good, Some days are empty, and nothing becomes consistent. So the real question is not, do I feel motivated today? The real question is, will I still do what I need to do today? Now understand this clearly. Discipline is better than motivation because discipline turns your actions into habits, and habits turn your life into success. Small daily actions create big results. Have you ever looked at successful people and thought, how did they become like this? It may look like they changed overnight. But that is not true. Now understand this clearly. Big results are always built from small daily actions. Think about this. A tree does not become big in one day. It grows slowly, day by day, season by season. At first, you don't notice much change. But after time, it becomes strong and tall. Your life works in the same way. Let me explain it simply. One small action may feel unimportant, but when you repeat it every day, it becomes powerful. Now understand this clearly. Your future is not built in one big moment. It is built in small moments repeated again and again. Think about this. Drinking water once is nothing. But drinking water every day keeps you healthy. In the same way, one small study session is small, but daily practice creates real skill. So remember this simple truth. Small actions create big results when they are repeated daily. Now understand this clearly. Big success is just many small efforts added together. Think about this. A single drop of water cannot fill a bucket, but thousands of drops can fill it completely. Your daily actions work the same way, and this is very important. Small actions are powerful because they are easy to repeat. You do not need to feel perfect. You do not need to feel highly motivated. You just need to start small and continue. Now imagine your life if you improve just a little every day. You wake up and do one small useful thing. You learn one new word. You practice one sentence. You improve one small habit. Slowly, your life starts changing. But if you wait for big actions, nothing happens, because big actions are hard to repeat. So the real question is not, can I do something big today? The real question is, can I do something small every day? Now understand this clearly. Small daily actions are powerful because they create momentum, and momentum slowly turns into success. Start small, stay consistent, keep going. Because one day, you will look back and realize that your biggest success came from your smallest daily actions. Build habits, not temporary excitement. Have you ever started something with full energy, but stopped after a few days? Maybe you started learning English. Maybe you started exercising. Maybe you started a new goal. At the beginning, you feel very excited. You feel powerful. You feel ready to change your life. But after a short time, that excitement disappears. Now understand this clearly. Excitement is temporary, but habits are permanent. Think about this. Excitement is like fireworks. It looks bright and beautiful for a short time, but then it disappears. A habit is like a candle. It may not look very strong at first, but it stays and gives light for a long time. So the real question is not, how excited am I today? The real question is, what habit am I building every day? Let me explain it simply. Many people depend on feelings. When they feel good, they work. When they don't feel good, they stop. This is why they never get long-term results. Now understand this clearly. Success is not built on feelings. Success is built on habits. Now imagine two learners. One waits for excitement and studies sometimes. The other builds a small daily habit and practices every day. After a few months, the second learner becomes confident and fluent. So remember this simple truth. Habits create progress. Excitement creates delays. Now understand this clearly. Habits are powerful because they remove the need for motivation. When something becomes a habit, you do it automatically. You do not think too much. You do not wait for the right mood. You just do it. Think about this. Brushing your teeth is not something you do because of excitement. You do it because it is a habit. Your life should have the same structure for learning and growth. And this is very important. Temporary excitement feels good, but it does not last. Habits may feel small at the start, but they create big results over time. Now imagine your life if you focus on habits instead of excitement. You wake up and follow a simple routine. You practice a little every day. You improve slowly but steadily. Your confidence grows without pressure. But if you depend on excitement, your life becomes unstable. Some days are productive, some days are empty. So the real question is not, do I feel excited today? The real question is, what habit am I building today? Now understand this clearly. Build habits, not temporary excitement, because habits shape your future while excitement only shapes your moment. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Have you ever said to yourself, I will start tomorrow, or I will start when the time is right? Maybe you want to learn English. Maybe you want to improve your life. Maybe you want to start a new habit. Now understand this clearly. The perfect time does not exist. Think about this. If you are always waiting for the perfect moment, you will always stay in the same place. Life will pass, but your progress will not begin. Many people delay their goals because they think conditions must be perfect. They think they need more time, more energy, or a better mood. But in reality, these conditions never become perfect. So remember this simple truth: waiting destroys progress. Now understand this clearly. The best time to start is not tomorrow. The best time to start is now. Think about this. Every successful person started with imperfect conditions. They did not wait for everything to be ready. Now understand this clearly. Life will never give you perfect conditions. There will always be problems, distractions, and delays. But growth happens when you start anyway. Think about this. If you only act when everything is easy, you will never grow strong. Real strength comes when you start even when things are not perfect. And this is very important. Every day you wait is a day of lost progress. But every small step you take is a step toward your future. Now imagine your life if you stop waiting. You wake up and start small tasks immediately. You practice your skills. You improve slowly. You build momentum. Your confidence grows naturally. But if you keep waiting for the perfect time, your life becomes stuck in planning, not action. So the real question is not when is the perfect time. The real question is, can I start now with what I have? Now understand this clearly. The perfect time is a myth, but the present moment is real. Start small, start imperfect, start now. Because when you stop waiting for the perfect time, you finally give yourself the chance to grow. Consistency builds real progress. Control your laziness. Control your future. Create a simple daily routine. Discipline makes you mentally strong. Have you ever felt that your mind becomes weak when things get difficult? You want to study, but you feel lazy. You want to work, but you feel distracted. You want to improve your life, but your mind says later. Now understand this clearly. Mental strength is not something you are born with. It is built through discipline. Think about this. A strong mind is not a mind that never feels lazy. A strong mind is a mind that acts even when it feels lazy. Discipline means doing what is important, even when your feelings say no. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, your mind becomes stronger. Now understand this clearly. Your mind becomes strong when you control your actions, not your emotions. Think about this. Two people face the same situation. One gives up easily because he follows his feelings. The other continues because he follows discipline. Over time, the second person becomes mentally stronger. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you push yourself to do something difficult, you are training your mind. If you practice English every day, even when you feel lazy, your mind becomes trained for consistency. You start feeling more confident. You stop fearing mistakes. You become mentally stronger in communication. Now imagine two learners. One only studies when he feels motivated. The other studies daily with discipline, even on hard days. After some time, the disciplined learner becomes more confident, calm, and strong. So remember this simple truth. Discipline builds mental strength. Now understand this clearly. Weak habits create a weak mind. Strong habits create a strong mind. Think about this. Every time you delay important work, your mind learns to avoid effort. But every time you complete your task, your mind learns strength and control. And this is very important. Mental strength is not about being perfect. It is about continuing even when things are uncomfortable. Now imagine your life if you build discipline every day. You wake up and follow your routine. You do not depend on feelings. You take action even when it is hard. Slowly, your mind becomes calm, focused, and powerful. But if you avoid discipline, your mind becomes easily distracted. You start many things but finish few. You feel weak when challenges come. So the real question is not, do I feel strong today? The real question is, am I building strength through my actions? Now understand this clearly. Discipline makes you mentally strong because it trains your mind to act with control, not emotion. Start small. Do one difficult task every day. Stay consistent. Keep going. Sacrifice small comforts for big growth. Have you ever noticed that the things which feel comfortable in the moment often stop your growth later? You want to study, but you choose rest. You want to practice, but you choose entertainment. You want to improve, but you choose easy comfort. Now understand this clearly. Small comforts feel good today, but they can cost your future. Think about this. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you are also choosing slow progress. It may not feel serious in the moment, but over time it becomes a big difference in your life. Let me explain it simply. Growth always requires sacrifice. Not big sacrifice, but small daily sacrifices. Now understand this clearly. You do not need to suffer to grow. You only need to give up small distractions and short-term pleasure. Think about this. Two people have the same goal. One chooses comfort every time he feels lazy. The other sacrifices small comfort and practices a little every day. After some time, their results become completely different. Let me give you a simple example. If you reduce 1 hour of entertainment and use that time for learning, your life slowly changes. That 1 hour becomes knowledge, skill, and confidence over time. So remember this simple truth. Big growth always requires small sacrifices. Now understand this clearly. Successful people are not always doing big things. They are simply choosing better things over easier things, again and again. Think about this. Comfort keeps you where you are. Sacrifice moves you forward. That is the real difference. And this is very important. You do not need to sacrifice everything. You only need to sacrifice what wastes your time and gives nothing in return. Now imagine your life if you start choosing growth over comfort. You wake up and avoid distractions. You focus on your goals. You use your time wisely. Slowly, your confidence grows. Your skills improve. Your future becomes stronger. But if you always choose comfort, life feels easy today but becomes difficult later. So the real question is not what feels comfortable right now. The real question is what will help me grow in the long run. Now understand this clearly. Small sacrifices today create big success tomorrow. Start small. Give up one distraction. Use 1 extra hour for learning. Take 1 small step toward growth every day. Your future depends on your daily choices. Have you ever wondered why some people have a better life after a few years, while others stay almost the same? At first, it may look like luck, or opportunity, or even talent. But when you look deeper, you see something very simple. Now understand this clearly. Your future is not decided in one big moment. Your future is decided by your daily choices. Think about this. Every single day, you make small choices. What time you wake up, how you spend your time, what you focus on, what you ignore. These small choices may look unimportant, but they slowly shape your entire life. One good choice repeated daily becomes a good life. One bad choice repeated daily becomes a difficult life. Now understand this clearly. Your life is built step by step, choice by choice. Think about this. A person who chooses to learn something every day slowly becomes skilled. A person who chooses distraction every day slowly loses time. Both are building their future without even realizing it. Let me give you a simple example. If you choose to practice English for just 10 minutes every day, you are building communication skills for your future. But if you choose to avoid practice every day, you are also building a future, but a slower one. Now let's connect this with your English learning. If you choose learning over distraction, even in small moments, your English will improve naturally. You will start thinking in English. You will become more confident step by step. Now imagine two learners. One makes small positive choices every day. The other delays and avoids effort daily. After some months, the difference becomes very clear. One is confident, the other is still struggling. So remember this simple truth. Your daily choices are building your future right now. Now understand this clearly. You do not need one perfect decision to change your life. You need better small decisions every day. Think about this. Choosing to study instead of scrolling. Choosing practice instead of delay. Choosing focus instead of distraction. These small choices may feel simple, but they are powerful. And this is very important. Your future is not waiting somewhere far away. Your future is being created today, in this moment, through your choices. Now imagine your life if you start making better choices every day. You wake up and choose discipline. You choose learning. You choose growth. Slowly, your life becomes more stable, more confident, and more successful. But if you keep choosing comfort, distraction, and delay, your future will reflect the same pattern. So the real question is not what do I want in the future. The real question is what am I choosing today? Now understand this clearly. Your future depends on your daily choices because your choices become your habits, and your habits become your life. Start small, choose wisely, choose daily, because every choice you make today is building the life you will live tomorrow. Have you ever looked at your life and felt that you want more improvement, more peace, and more success? You may have goals. You may have dreams. You may want to change many things, but still, something holds you back. Now understand this clearly. The real secret to a better life is not luck. It is discipline. Think about this. Many people know what they should do. They know they should study, work, exercise, or improve their skills. It means choosing effort over laziness. It means choosing progress over comfort. Now understand this clearly. A better life is not created in one day. It is created through discipline practiced every day. Think about this. A person who follows discipline may not see fast results, but he always moves forward. Slowly, step by step, his life becomes better. On the other hand, a person without discipline keeps starting and stopping. His life stays the same. Let me give you a simple example. If you practice English for 10 minutes every day, your skills will slowly improve. But if you only study sometimes, your progress will be slow and unclear. Now let's connect this with your English learning. If you build discipline in learning English, you will not depend on mood or motivation. You will practice daily, even in small ways. And that small daily practice will slowly turn into real fluency. Now imagine two learners. One depends on feelings and studies only when motivated. The other follows discipline and studies every day. After some time, the disciplined learner becomes more confident and successful in speaking. So remember this simple truth. Discipline is the foundation of a better life. Now understand this clearly. Discipline is not about pressure. It is about control. Control over your time. Control over your habits. Control over your actions. Think about this. Most people want a better life, but only a few are willing to stay consistent when it becomes boring or difficult. That is where discipline makes the difference. And this is very important. Discipline builds trust in yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, you become more confident inside. Now imagine your life if discipline becomes your daily habit. You wake up and follow your routine. You focus on your goals. You avoid distractions. You improve step by step. Slowly, your life becomes more stable, peaceful, and successful. But without discipline, life becomes unpredictable. Some days are productive, some days are wasted, and progress becomes slow. So the real question is not what do I want in life? The real question is, can I stay disciplined every day?